right, everyone ready? Everyone ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? All right, welcome back to Jimmy Meets World vlog, where I cover my comedy journey via my RV life and all the adventures that we go on and encounter in between. All right. Oh, before I get started, before I get into the juicy stuff, make sure would you just go ahead? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and need you to like, share, and comment and subscribe. And then go ahead and mind that little bell. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and need you to mind that bell. You know, give it a little poke. So ring, ring, ring-a-dings, and then you don't miss a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the memo about this? If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo. Okay?
Yeah, no, I have the memo. I've got it. It's right.
You get where I'm going with that? All right, good. Okay, so last week we also covered the things that can help you take care of your mental health so that you can proactively repair future despair, right? Okay, so if you want to take a look at that, go check it out. When the going gets tough, the tough's got to get going, and so you see the title, that's exactly what we're about to do. But before we get started, I always like to start off, what I'm going to start doing, start it off with a nice hike, because you know, I always do like a hike every week, so I like to show you guys a hike and make you guys all jealous of the beautiful places that I go see and relax. But where did we go this week? We went to Prescott, not Prescott, but Prescott, and went to this Granite Mountain Trail. Granite Mountain Trail? It was beautiful. Cue it. I insist. Take a look.
Looking up at a tree, I remember how it started.
There you go.
I was lost in a dream when the fire in my heart said an open rose. I've already found sunlight, the feeling grows, and anything sounds alright. I'm breaking loose, living in the moment in my own balloon. This year I'm going to start a new chapter. Ignore the tears and only write down the laughter. An open rose. I've already found sunlight, the feeling grows, and anything sounds alright. I'm breaking loose, living in the moment in my own balloon. I glide across the ground and over the ocean, and you can't force me down as long as I'm open, like a rose that already found sunlight, the feeling grows, and anything sounds alright. I'm breaking loose, living in the moment in my own balloon.
Oh, you like that, don't you? You liked it. Good. Oh, sorry, that was a bit aggressive. All right, but back to the matter at hand. This great American comedy tour via my RV life, right? Via the RV. All right, so I like sports metaphors. You know, on this Sunday when the Raiders won. What's up, Bear? What's up, Bear? Gonna leave me hanging there? It's messed up. You know, when you're down, right? When you're doing a strategy in sports and things just aren't working, you know, you're not putting points on the board, things aren't working out. You gotta huddle up and change and makes a change. Because if the strategy's not working, you gotta change it up. And that's kind of what I'm gonna do here.
Fellas, we're broken. We need to change. And look, I know change can be scary.
I've been taking more of like a relaxed approach to this comedy because I've been trying to build up the amount of material that I get to post on the channel and the amount of bits that I have. So if somebody was like, hey man, yeah, I want you to do 20 minutes, I want you to do 30 minutes or whatever the case might be, that I would actually have the ability to do that, because a lot of times, right, these shorter open mics, what do they say? You got 3 minutes, you got 5 minutes. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? Like put 5 of your 5-minute bits together? Like that's probably not gonna work. So up until this point, I've been taking more of like this grassroots, just show up to open mics, go to these comedy club open mics, and do well, and hope that somebody taps me on the shoulder and says, hey, you're pretty dang good at this stuff. Why don't you come over and do some stuff for us? But what I realize is that, and I'm trying to make this point in the channel too, is that, I mean, it's just not like that. It's just not like that. You have to like start chasing it. So I'm about to kick it into gear here. I'm about to kick it into gear here. All right, you know, so the old way wasn't working because I was just showing up to these open mics, and you know what I was getting? You know what I was getting from these other people? I was getting crickets, right? Crickets. I was getting crickets. Why? Because, I mean, they have these open mics, and then they also have these comedy clubs, but the bottom line is that I'm in this unique situation, which is a personal problem. You know, that sounds like a you problem. It's a me problem, because I'm kind of like, I have all this improv, acting training, the sales training, all this training, and I show up to these things that I've been doing comedy, you know, for a couple years now, but I mean, I'm further along than people would be ordinarily in a couple, you know, 2 years or a couple years into stand-up, and that's just where it is. So you go out there, I mean, what are these people supposed to tell you? You go to a few open mics, but there's been some other guy that may not be as good as you, but I mean, this guy's been hosting for another host or another MC. He's been stepping in, or he's been hitting this mic for 2 years straight every Thursday, or whatever the case might be. I mean, so, or he's at his comedy school. So I have to build his channel up, and I have to do these other things. But I had this epiphany. I realized that, Jimmy, this is who you are. I mean, you've been a salesperson your whole life up until you came into this artistic comedy acting life. I've been a salesperson. That's what I've always been doing. I realized that I need to take the same approach that I used to have when I was selling real estate. You know what it takes to sell real estate, don't you?
You know what it takes to sell real estate?
It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
You know, I haven't been afraid to you know, what do they say? Shake hands and kiss babies, right? So I just need to take some of my other skill sets from my other life and implement them into the comedy life. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, in sales, there's something called the gatekeeper.
Heimdall, may we pass?
No.
And basically, the gatekeeper is the decision maker, or coordinates the person that makes the decisions, right? Has the access that you want that they have. And who are these people, right? They could be CEOs, the bookers, the promoters, the owners, another comedian, the host, whoever this person is in the comedy world. I mean, I just got to get unconventional and just start banging on doors like, hey, knock, knock, knock. Do you guys do comedy here? Well, guess what? The name's Jimmy Brennan. I'm a great comedian. Let me tell you everything I can do for you. Let me tell you, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. Like, I do believe that if you're a brand spanking new comedian with no experience whatsoever, then going to a comedy school.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
Or an acting school will definitely do wonders probably for your self-confidence, for you building, for you being able to build the bits and all that stuff. But that's just not where I'm at right now. But I do understand that some of these other comedy clubs that have comedy schools are going to feel like they need to favor some of their students because they're more invested in them, and I get it. So, but hey, don't panic, adjust, right? And I just got to start reaching out and sourcing out and finding these bookers and doing a lot of this, you know, boots on the ground stuff myself. And that's just how it's got to be. So I know what you're wondering. You're saying, what does this all mean? What does this all mean, Jimmy? It means that I'm going to implement some of my sales knowledge into my comedy business. That's what I'm about to do. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and by doing so, it's only going to benefit me and anybody else that watches this thing too. You know, like the 17 people that have watched it so far. But cut that. That's terrible. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a journal, a daily journal where I document hour to hour what I'm doing every single day, so I can really take a look at minute to minute, hour to hour, holding myself accountable. Where am I spending my time? Because as artists, you know, we can like drift off in Neverland thinking that we're actually doing, you know, like we're playing jazz, like, oh, I'm having a jazz moment here. I'm really doing some good stuff, man. Don't bother me, man. I'm doing it. Like, right? We try to convince ourselves that we're doing something positive, but maybe we're not. So I'm going to be blocking off my time and literally taking a look at all my, like, where the most time is well spent to make sure that I'm doing all the things that I need to be doing. And the second thing I'm going to do is sectioning off into 12 different sections or so, right? So I'm going to have journaling and planning. Secondly, I'm going to take a look at this list right here because I'm not going to memorize it. Stand-up writing and or rehearsing, right? We got to do that for stand-up. We have vlog schedule time, right? We have the vlog. We have to record. We have to write it. We have to shoot it. We have to edit it. We have personal errands. You know, I got to take care of my dogs. I got to block that time off. I gotta for marketing and social media. I got to take time for my good Lord God, right? You got to have personal time. You got to take breaks. You got to go out and hike and explore, right? I got to meditate and exercise. What else we got? We got business development time. So I'm going to hold myself accountable. When I follow up with these people, we're going to hit them up. We're going to follow up. We're going to see what happens. But in doing so, what I think is going to happen is that I'm going to do, you know, we like to hit two birds with one stone a lot. I know I use that metaphor a lot. But that's what I'm going to do. By holding myself accountable, I'm going to get leads, get successes, get wins, but also show other people how they can win. See, we're all learning together here, guys. It's going to be amazing. I think this is going to work. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. I'm 36% sure that it's probably going to work. All right, so listen, I'm going to keep track of all this stuff in a spreadsheet that eventually I'll probably share with you guys and see how I'm doing it. I just got to get it cooking first. But yeah, so basically what we'll do is I'll go and do the, you know, the handshaking, the DMing, the voicemails. Hey, this is Jimmy Brennan. Do you remember I gave you a call about personal opportunities, possibly to do some comedy for you guys? Does that sound like something you guys might be interested in? Right, do stuff like that. But we'll circle back around next week. I'll show you guys my results and see where we're going. But until next week, this has been Jimmy Meets World. I'm Jimmy, and it's been nice meeting you.